Hello, and Assalamualaikum. My topic to be discussed is about implementing change. I, amay, ano mo, nyaton sa number ko na, nyaton sa ibak mo. Okay. Implementing change involves a structured, step-by-step process to ensure that the desired transformation is occurs smoothly and effectively. Change implementation is most successful when it is people-centered, meaning it considers the emotional and psychological impact on those affected. Next slide, please. Understanding the diagnosis phase involves assessing the current state of an organization or system to identify areas that needs change. It sets the foundation for developing a strategic plan for change by understanding the organization's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Assessing the current situation and identifying areas need change. In planning, defining the vision, goals, timelines, resources, and stakeholders. Communication, sharing the change, vision, and plan clearly and consistently across the organization. Very explainable naman po siya, so no need to explain po ng mas mahaba. Then, next slide. Execution. Execution phase is where the rubber meets the road in implementing change. Rolling up the change through pilot testing, training, process, updates, and technology deployment. Excuse me. In monitoring, is crucial to ensuring that the change initiative stays on track and meets in objectives. Tracking process, progress, resolving issues, and gathering feedback. Evaluation is essential for determining the effectiveness of a change initiatives in ensuring that it aligns with goals. Reviewing the outcomes and refining the change strategy as necessary. In conclusion, implementing change is comprehensive process that requires careful planning, effective communication, diligent execution, continuous monitoring, and truth evaluation. By the following phase, organization can enhance their ability to manage successfully and achieve desired outcomes. Next slide. Ay, tapos na po pala ako.
So the last reporter is Miss Bailani Sampayan, ma'am.
Fourth po. Ma'am, number 5 na, ma'am.
Ay, number 4 pa
4
pala.
po.
Ay, number 4 pa lang. Number 5 kasi ako, ma'am.
Sige po. Una lang po itong number 4.
Sige.
Good evening. I'm topic number 4. I'm Muhalidin M. Tatak. So, my report is about responses to change. So when we say responses to change, it means how do response to change, how you react. So people react to change in a different ways depending on their personality, experience, and perceived risk. When we speak of personality, ating mga kasamahan sa organization, as well as their experience. If we change other method, system, so yung ibang experience sa mga kasamahan natin, may ibaan din sila. And of course, yung perceived risk. When we speak of perceived risk, it refers to the subjective assessment a person makes about the likelihood of negative outcome and the severity of the outcome in a particular situation. So, in daily life, ang sample niya is parang deciding whether to express a controversial opinion. An individual might perceive a social risk or risk of being ostracized or facing negative reactions. So, next slide, ma'am. We have responses to change, and we have two types. Also, we have the enthusiastic acceptance and the passive compliance. So, if there is change in our organization, so there are some employees na enthusiastic. So, meaning these employees are see as change as an opportunity for growth or innovation. So, minsan mayroong mga sa office natin ngayon karamihan is na ta-transform na sa ISO. So, pag sinabing ISO, parang may standard na talaga sinusunod. So, some offices are past audit of ISOs. So, it is also an opportunity for growth or innovation. So, ibig sabihin makakapatay na yung office natin sa iba't ibang office sa ibang bansa. So, ang iba naman is passive compliance. Others go along with change without enthusiasm, often waiting for clear benefits to emerge. So, ang iba is parang kung sa mga training ng mga ibang office, ito yung mga parang compliance na lang. Yung parang wala masyadong ang importante na comply yung changes na binababa or memo ng isang office from higher. So next slide now. So another responses to change is skepticism. Employees may doubt the necessity or feasibility of the change. So when we speak of skepticism, it is a questioning attitude or doubt toward knowledge claims, often seen as mere beliefs or dogmas. So parang pag may pagbabago na minsan we cannot believe na yung capability ng isang kasama natin or yung change ng itong ini-implement is makakatulong ba o makaka-help sa organization. So parang may skepticism, parang may doubt ka, parang uncertainty na ito ay makakatulong ba sa pagbabago ng office nila, some of their attitude. So next is the active resistance. Some individuals may reject change altogether, voicing opposition or undermining the process. So, meron talagang isang empleyado na maapektuhan na hindi talaga susunod. So, parang may papalabasin lang kalang sentiments na hindi nakakatulong yung changes ng isang office, organization from these methods. So, yun yung active resistance. So, these responses are often illustrated through the change curve, which shows emotional stages like shock, denial, frustration, experimentation, and acceptance. Leaders must be skilled in empathy. So, empathy, sabihin yung inisip mo rin kapakanan ng mga kasamahan mo or ng employees. Communication, so dapat magaling yung natin kasi it will reflect to us. So, this is what we call the responses to change in active resistance. So, I think this is all about my topic. The next topic is number 5.
Let's go number 5, sir. Wait lang, sandali lang. Okay, Assalamualaikum. I am Leilani Amisandayan, the presenter of Resistance to Change and Strategies. So, resistance is one of the biggest challenges in the change management. It can be over, example, vocal opposition or cover, example, procrastination, withdrawal. So causes include fear of the unknown, loss of control, bad timing or poor communication, lack of trust in leadership, and receive negative impact. An example, job loss, increased work load. So change management is a structured approach to transitioning individuals, teams, and organization from current state to a desired future state. While essential for organizational growth and adoption, change of meet resistant and natural and expected human reaction. Among the many challenges faced in the implementing change, resistance stands out as one of the most persistent and impactful. Next, let me see. Strategies to manage resistance, engage stakeholders early, involving people in the change process from the beginning to foster ownership, and then communicate transparently, provide a constant, honest updates on what is changing, why, and how it affects individual. And provide support and training, help employees build the skills and confidence they need, and build a coalition of change agents, identify influencers who can champion the change internally, recognize and reward progress, acknowledge those who adapt quickly and contribute positively. Next, please. Okay. And offer counseling or coaching, address emotional resistance with empathy and support. By the actively addressing resistance, leaders can transform potential obstacles into opportunities for deeper engagement and stronger buy-in. That's all. Thank you.
So that would be all, ma'am, for the group number, the third G.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you po.
Save ko yun. Automatic.
Ma'am City, kailan ang reporting kayo, sir?
Next week daw, pero yung next week ay this week. Sa Friday,
Yung sa
ang
ano,
reporter.
Meron pa tayong ano, no? Ano yung compliance natin dito kay ma'am? Sa management of change?
Ipasa
study lang
natin
po, no?
yung case study, yung isulat lang natin ang pangalan natin sa case study ni Sir Zacharia. Kay Sir Matt.
Okay. Okay na yun, ma'am.
Tapos ihatid lang bukas. Sino ang pwedeng mag-print?
Yun lang.
Sa short bond paper lang daw yan.
Short, no?
Saan? Saan, ma'am? Itong case study?
Oh, yung case study? Yung case study mo?
Wala pa kasi ako sa ano eh. Mindanao eh.
Oh, ako
Ma'am,
na lang mag-submit nun.
nasa
Kung
Visayas
concern,
pa ako kasi.
Ay, ikaw na lang, sir?
yung case study, print lang, i-submit.
Ah?
I-print lang, tapos i-submit, no?
Uy, i-print lang siya sa short bond paper.
Oo. Pero ang concern ko, itong video, hindi siya ma-convert.
Ito ba, itong video recording, stop ko, automatic na siya naka-save?
Hindi nga alam, hindi ko rin alam. Sa akin, hindi siya nag-save. Hindi siya ma-open. Nag-stop ka na mag-video record?
I-post ko lang.
Okay.
Kay Sir Tatak, automatic naman yan nag-save, no?
Yes.
Parang nakalimutan ko yung anong Zoom. Ma'am, pag mag-leave ka, mag-save man siya, no?
Yun ang akala ko, sir. Sa akin, hindi ko siya makita. Gina-open ko, hindi siya ma-open.
Try ko.
Pinanood ko yung
Para mag-
video, wala pa rin.
Para
Hindi
ma-save
mo
mo
mapanood, sir, mo yung video.
Pinanood ko sa phone ko, tapos gitry ko, hindi pa rin siya mag-convert.
I-send mo daw sa GC.
Kailangan mag-ano siguro, sir, mag-download ng converter.
Hindi siya makaya, sir, ma'am, kasi malaki yung data daw.
Ah, email. Di ba, Sir Tatak, nung last time, nag-email ko lang sa'yo yung nakasave lang na ganyan. Record. Ay, pangalan.
Pero kasi yung laptop, dala ko yun eh. Baka yung laptop na automatic na converter. Pero sige lang, kung i-email man, email mo, sir, sa akin. Okay, ma'am, baka
Sige, sir.
ma-download agad.
Sa inyo lang yung email nyo, ma'am? Pati, sir? Para i-email ko ngayon?
Sige, sir, isend ko sa ano.
Yes,
Sir mo,
sige,
pag
sige.
end mo
Pati,
nung group, kuan, yung Zoom, automatic na siya nag-save, no?
oo, pag mag-scan ka niyan, tapos i-stop and record mo na, tapos mag-save na yun sa automatic.